Good evening, everyone. Sorry I'm late. So, hi, Kiss JG, Chloe1111, Grainy, good evening. Barbara Halliday, good evening. Sammy Merrick, Leonie. Who else do we have here? If I missed anyone. Jocelyn S, good evening. I know we've got no Craig this evening. Hope he's doing okay where he is. And Douglas, good evening. Emily Lloyd, good evening. Andrea, good evening. Amy Savin, good evening. So let's just pop over to Facebook, let them know I'm on. Sorry, I know I'm a bit late this evening. It's been an incredibly busy day. Okay. Okay, Positive Always, good evening. Marion K. Tarot, good evening. I'm fine, my love. How are you? Really enjoyed your 31 days of tarot. Kept me entertained through the winter month of January. Now, I'm only on for a little while this evening, I'm afraid. I have a blood test in the morning and I can't eat after 10. So I want to eat something before 10. And the blood test isn't until about 9:30 tomorrow morning. So I'm going to have to go. I'm not going to be on long at all, I'm afraid. I'm going to have to go just after 9 this evening. But I will do my best to get through as many cards as possible. We have a full moon in Leo. Has anyone managed to see the full moon in this awful weather over here in the UK? Obviously, it's not like that everywhere else. Thanks, Grainy. Yeah, fasting. Not for long, but, you know, just, yeah, so just a little blood test, but you can't eat. So, yeah. So let's start with some full moon messages, shall we, from our moon cards. Good evening, Tiger Dragon. See what we have here. Thanks, Barbara. Amy's seen the moon this evening over there in the US. Oh, well, not this evening. It's not this evening yet, is it, Amy? And Emily's seen it briefly. Oh, lovely, Amy. Did you get a picture? Really, Anne? I'm going to take a look after the live. I will go and take a look. Marion K. Tarot saw the moon as well. You're in Scotland, aren't you, Marion? Oh, it's the afternoon. Well, you've got, you know, you can pop out there this evening, Amy, and take a look. So it's a very creative full moon energy that we have this evening. It's a very positive vibe. You should be feeling kind of energized by this, especially if you are a fire sign, and in particular a Leo, of course. You know, Leo is the sign of creativity. It's a fire sign. It's a sign relating to romance, to children. Oh, yeah, I can imagine, Marion. Have you had it quite bad up there in Scotland, you and Barbara? I know Barbara's up there in Scotland as well. We've had it pretty rough here in Essex, but nothing in comparison with the rest of the country or the rest of the UK. It's been dreadful. And I believe we've still got a few more days of it. According to Alexa, who I spoke to today, it should die down a little bit by Friday, hopefully. Hi, Barbara Evans. So, well, Amy, I'm only going to be on, and Barbara, anyone that's just joined me, I'm only going to be on to just after 9 this evening. It's just having a little blood test in the morning, and I want to eat before 10. So, okay, I don't know I'm picking a card up for. So, okay, so let's start with a card for each of the star signs, or if you like, well, I've already said that in the description. So let's start with a card for each of the star signs. Ah, really, Andrea? Yeah, some people have had terrible floods, haven't they? Really, and sadly, a few people have died, I think, and that is just so sad. You really shouldn't go out at all unless unless you really have to. Yeah. Oh. Well, let's start with our cards anyway. So I'm going to start with the card, as always, for Aries, and then we'll work through the zodiac. So, dear angels and spirit guides, what messages do you have for us during this beautiful, bright full moon? Okay, so we've got the harvest moon fruition for Aries. Something is being harvested. Something is coming to fruition. This could be something that you've been working on, Aries. It's looking fruitful. It's looking good. I feel you deserve this. I feel you've put the work in. I feel you've put the commitment in. And, things are starting to flourish. I feel you have been surprisingly patient about something, Aries, looking at this card. Yeah, I do feel it's as if you're reaching a very good stage, perhaps with a project or career situation, business venture, etc. Aries have normally got their fingers in certain pies. So, yeah, this is something that's looking very good. I see achievement here. And then we've got waning gibbous resilience, and that is for Taurus. Okay, Taurus, you may have a lot on your plate at the moment, but you are extremely resilient. You are a tough sign, You are a sign that gets there. You don't give up easily, and you have incredible determination to get where you need to be. And when faced with adversity, you tend to overcome. You'll keep pushing, but try not to take too much on. As you can see here with this woman, she has a sack of, I'm not quite sure what it is on her back. They look like snakes. I'm not quite sure, actually, but it reminds me of the Ten of Wands and the need to delegate and, allow people to do their bit. Now, Gemini is waxing crescent, self-love, Gemini. Beautiful card. Look at this lovely card. So it's time for you to practice some self-love, Gemini. You tend to be very busy people. And as such, you can sometimes neglect yourself, literally because you run out of time. So I feel maybe it's time to prioritize and carve out some time for yourself, okay? Take a step back from your responsibilities and the busyness of life, okay? And do what makes you feel good, especially with this full moon energy, which kind of, the Leo energy is all about doing what makes you feel good. So it's a good card for you during this phase. Gemini, now we move on to Cancer, waning crescent. So we've got nourishment here. I do love these cards, don't you? So nourishment here is for the sign of Cancer. And I feel that this relates to your health in a general well-being sense. I feel that, you're being urged to look after yourself, to nourish yourself, to nurture yourself, just as you do others, Cancer. You are the nurturers, the mothers of the zodiac. But don't go neglecting yourself, will you? Feed yourself well as you feed others. Get enough sleep. And take a look at your nutrition. Do you need to change your diet? Do you perhaps need to add some more fruit and vegetables, that kind of thing? I feel it's all about nutrition and health for you, general well-being, basically, today, Cancer. And then we move on to Leo, assessing. And here we have a lady in a hot air balloon looking through her telescope. Okay, she is assessing a certain situation. So Leo, there could be perhaps something you need to think about, something you need to weigh up the pros and cons. Take a good look at something, a good long look, perhaps at the bigger picture, or perhaps looking further ahead, than your nose, kind of thing. You've got this wonderful Leo full moon energy that you can tap into at the moment, and I feel it is urging you to let go of things that are preventing you from experiencing joy in your life, Leo. And that's for all of us, actually, and you will feel it especially strongly, Leo, at the moment. So yeah, it's time for assessing perhaps your life in general, and evaluating where you want to go, where you're heading. Now we have sovereignty. This is the picture on the actual box. Sovereignty. So it's about being in charge here. And we're talking now about the sign of Virgo, taking charge of your destiny, doing what you feel is right, taking the lead on something. Maybe this is to do with a project, a venture, something you're invested in. This is about tuning into your intuitive business sense, or your own principles, your own ideas, and leading the way. Being the head of whatever project or venture you are working on, believing in yourself. Okay, that's what I feel with this card. I feel you're feeling quite strong right now, Virgo, and this is a good time to step forward and be quite assertive. I'm sensing a lot of assertion with that card. Now we move on to the card of surrender. This is another beautiful card for Libra. So I feel, first of all, sometimes we have to get to a point of surrender, don't we? And now this could be to do with something that you have been wanting in your life. It could be you're waiting for love, for example. Sometimes we have to surrender to the angels, to spirit, to source, and allow things to unfold in the right time. And I feel that you're being urged here to take a step back, take a deep breath, and just let go of something. And as I said, this could be something that you have to maybe come to terms with and accept cannot take place or cannot happen. Or it could be just surrendering and allowing things to take their natural course. Then we move on to Scorpio. Boundaries. You have Scorpio waxing gibbous. So here she is inside a beautiful bubble. Isn't that lovely? That's the first time I've drawn this card, actually. So this is about setting healthy boundaries, Scorpio. I nearly said tiger dragon. As soon as I see Scorpio, I think of tiger dragon. So this is about setting boundaries for all you Scorpios. Healthy boundaries, comfortable boundaries. What are you comfortable with? You know, is someone pushing your boundaries? Are you giving too much? Do you need to take better care of those boundaries? Are you allowing people to cross them? You know, I feel this is about you being within your comfort zone and what is comfortable for you, just as this lady is within this beautiful bubble. Okay, she looks quite serene, doesn't she? No one can get too close because she's protected. So, you know, these boundaries, they tend to protect us from anything toxic or anything that isn't good for us. And I feel that's what the message is there, is a need for that, Scorpio. Sometimes you can be too kind for your own good. And then we've got the card Will, which is for Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius, you do tend to have quite a strong will, especially as you are a fire sign. And you know, we've got, as far as I know, we have Mars in Sagittarius at the moment, which is of no surprise as you have received this card. So you will be feeling it, Sag. You will be feeling assertive. You'll be feeling bold. You'll be feeling strong, and you will have a cast iron will, perhaps with regard to a certain person that you need to stand up to. And once you've made your mind up, Sag, you tend to sort of stick with it. You're not one for giving in when you feel you're in the right. So if this is someone that you've been disagreeing with, then, you know, stand your ground. And if it's a situation or a challenge that you're facing, this is reassurance that you do have the determination and strength to get through this. As I said, Mars is in Sagittarius, so that will be helping you along the way. Now we move on to the card for Capricorn, and we have this beautiful, oh, this is such a lovely card, Protection, Capricorn. So here you are, curled up in this beautiful fetal position inside this little nest with Mummy Bird looking after you. Wouldn't that be wonderful? This is about feeling safe, feeling secure within yourself. I feel in many respects, Capricorn, that you kind of need a little bit of love, a little bit of nurturing right now, okay? Maybe a chance to re-energize, to step back from the world. Perhaps there's been a lot going on. You do tend to take on a lot of responsibility as a sign, Capricorn, and sometimes you just need to be reminded to have a rest. And I feel that's what you need to sort of, you know, have some simple comforts and pull away, put your feet up for a while, curl up, and with a good book or, you know, nice cup of cocoa, watch your favourite film, that kind of thing. Then we move on to Aquarius, and we have Waxing Gibbous. Oh, Aquarius, what a beautiful card. Look at this. Isn't that lovely? I don't know if you can see the colours in this card are fascinating. They're almost like a rainbow of colour. There's a lot of purple hues there as well. So this is for you, Aquarius. Action. It's time to take action. So if you've been procrastinating, Aquarius, then, you know, it's time to start moving forward, taking steps toward whatever it is you want to achieve. You know, no more holding off. This is time to go for it. You've got this wonderful Leo energy around as well. propelling you forward, giving you that sort of gusto, giving you that fire in your belly to get things done. That's what this card is all about for you, Aquarius. Leave procrastination behind you and just start taking steps. Go for it is what I'm getting here, Aquarius. What is it you want in life? Don't hold back. You are an incredibly inspired sign. And once you have made a decision to do something, usually there's no holding you back. You tend to be quite forward-thinking people, but you're being urged here to just, free yourself as well, I feel. Can you see this lady dancing? She's freeing herself from anything that's been holding her back. So if somebody's been holding you back, try to move away from whatever that is and move forward towards your ideas, towards your goals. Now we're on to the lovely Pisces. Another beauty. I just love these cards. Acceptance. What a lovely card. Isn't that so gentle and loving? Acceptance. And here someone is getting a helping hand. This is for Pisces, okay? So there's a need for acceptance of a situation perhaps, or acceptance of who you are in life, where you are in life, Sometimes we're not always happy about where we are, and we struggle to accept a certain situation. But once we do, then we find that things start to sort of feel a lot happier, a lot more settled. We're not resisting. And actually, Pisces, you are a sign that typically goes with the flow. So acceptance is something that you kind of generally are able to go with, to flow with. You're not generally stubborn. You're not typically stubborn people. But so there is something here that you need to use that beautiful Pisces water energy and just flow with things right now, even if it's a situation or a person that it is difficult or a challenge. Just go with the flow right now is what you're being urged to do. Beautiful, beautiful cards, aren't they? Okay, Amy, I've just seen your message there. So, and Tiger Dragon, I don't know if you heard because you came on a bit later, but I can't stay too long this evening. So just after 9, I'm going to have to go. I will be back on Wednesday, and the reason I'm having a blood test in the morning, so I've got to eat before 10, and I haven't actually had my dinner yet. I've had such a busy day. So you can donate, but I'm not going to go too far past 9 o'clock, So I'll try and do a few people. They're such lovely cards, Barbara Evans, aren't they? Have you, Tiger? Oh, right, okay. Sorry, my love, I didn't see it. When I'm, what it's like when you're reading, you don't see what's going on. Okay. So, who do we have first? Welcome, Barbara Halliday. Time to move forward for you, my love, with that Aquarius card. You're an air sign, so you're always up in your head. They are. Air signs are, yeah, very much live in their heads. Okay, thanks, Tiger. Right, so Chloe. What did Mark think when we saw each other today? As he said hello to me today, and we had a few texts the other day. Okay, let's see. So really, if we as long as there aren't any donations after 9 o'clock, we'll be fine, Tiger. That's absolutely fine. And Barbara, of course. Barbara and Tiger. Okay, so for Chloe, right, let's get on with this then for Chloe. Let's do this, do the Light Seers Tarot. I do like the Light Seers Tarot for Chloe. I don't know what it is, but I do. This is for you, my love. This is for Chloe. What did Mark think when we saw each other today? As he said hello to me today, and we had a few texts the other day. Okay. Dear angels and spirit guides, what did Mark think when he saw Chloe today, please? What did Mark think? What messages do you have, please, this evening? The Empress, I'll show in a moment, Chloe. The Seven of Pentacles. And the Strength card. Well, actually, I do feel that Mark sees potential growth. And you can see that from these two cards in particular. You know, can you see? He feels you're quite beautiful, Chloe. I really, you know, the Empress, she is a thing of beauty. You know, as you can see, look at her. In fact, she looks a little bit like you, Chloe. Look at that. Do you agree, everyone? I don't know if you can see Chloe's picture. From what I can see here, she looks a little bit like you, my love. And I feel that he finds you really, really beautiful. And you want to know what he felt, didn't you? Chloe thought that as well. Well, aren't you the beautiful one then, Chloe? And he looks like him. Which one? Oh, does he now? My goodness. Well, he's handsome. Bit of a hunk there, Chloe. Hi, Brian. How are you? You make a gorgeous couple, don't you? But he's such a practical person, isn't he, Chloe? He's very cautious, I feel, this young Mark here. But, you know, the Strength card is a card of many things. It's a card of patience. It's a card of strength, of course. So there is a sort of strong bond here already forming. There's a strong connection. I feel you're very well suited. But your question was more about what he felt. He is, yeah, as I said, he sees you as a very beautiful woman. But he's very cautious. He's taking his time, you know, and depending on the connection you have with this person, if this is a twin flame type connection, or if it's a soulmate, or if this is a twin flame, then we're looking at being patient with regard to this person coming into our life. But I just feel he's not one to rush. Okay, I feel this is someone who likes to plan. Okay, and you know, think things through. So he's not in any rush, my love. But he does see you as beautiful, and there's a kind of how can I say, an almost, well, I feel a connection between the two of you that's already begun, but he's not one to go steaming in. So you may have to wait a while for this one, Chloe, but I do feel that he sees you as very beautiful, my love. It's just that I'm getting that he has certain other issues on his mind, especially with regard to his future. You see what I mean, Chloe? He just seems a very practical person. Yeah, Chloe. Yeah. But so this is someone who, you know, likes to be sure before he makes his move. But he's the sort who would do little things, little steps, do you know? Tiptoes into things. That's what I'm getting. Tiptoes into things. Okay, so who else was had Tiger Dragon? Oh, Amy. Okay. Marion. Taurus, yeah. No, notorious for that, for taking their time. He's a turtle. Yeah, he just likes to be sure. He likes to be sure before. Just yeah, but he finds you very beautiful. Finds you quite stunning. So my question, Amy, is on my person of interest, Brad. He's a Sagittarius, and I'm a Libra. I'm wondering how has he been feeling towards me lately, and why he's been a little distant in our texts. Okay, Amy. He's a Sag and you're a Libra. Quite different with regard to your astrology signs, your zodiac signs. But fire and air do tend to work really well. So let's have a look. So why has he been a little distant? Wow, did you see that? Flew out. Justice. Okay, so we're talking here about something with regard to balance, I feel. Maybe his life is a little bit out of zinc at the moment. I feel things are going on in his life. And I'm feeling it's not personal. Let's have a look at the other cards. And we've got the High Priestess. Now, you have a good intuitive sense about this, Amy. You are an intuitive person, especially when it comes to, what is his name, Brad, especially when it comes to Brad. You kind of know when things aren't right and you're sensing it. You don't feel you're wrong. And Seven of Pentacles again, this person has, I feel, got his fingers in several pies. In other words, there are certain things going on in his life right now that are keeping him busy. Is he studying, Amy? Does he study? I sense him, I feel he's learning something. I feel he's got a lot on his plate, especially with the Hierophant here. Is he studying? Because I'm sensing that. And, this could be related to an institution, an educational institution of some kind. So I really do feel that he's got his head in a book, he's got his head down, or he's learning. He's got a lot on his plate. He's very, very busy in a practical sense. And he could be attending an institution or something like that. The Tower card does indicate that, oh, you're both in college, right? Okay. Yes, that makes perfect sense. And that's what I'm saying. This is what this represents, institutions such as colleges, schools, etc. The Tower card, I'm not sure that all is well in his world right now. In fact, I'm sensing he's under quite a bit of stress. Here we are with his head in the book, as I said. So he's more focused on his college work right now. I feel he may have got behind a little bit, but he's got a support network around him. I feel that at times he hasn't always kept up with his schoolwork or his college work. He's finding it a bit of a battle. So I just feel that life, he's feeling under pressure. So it's not about you. It's more about his general life here, Amy, my love. So let me know. Now, was there anyone else? Oh, I see. Does he still feel interested in me? Just cut the cards for that. Well, he's a little bit volatile. He's someone who kind of changes his mind with the wind, with the weather. So he's a little bit hot and cold, isn't he, with his emotions? Amy, what sign did you say he was? Let me go back and have a look. Someone was Libra. I feel he's not someone who, where is your Libra? And Librians tend to like company. They tend to like being with someone, being in a relationship. They like that balance in life. Sagittarius, yeah. Sagittarius would fit someone who likes their freedom, you see. They like their freedom, and they can be, especially when they're young, a little bit commitment phobic. So that's where the difference is. Although you're air and he's fire, and in many ways that goes well together. Because you're Libra, does like to be in a relationship. They don't generally. Most Libras tend to not feel whole or complete unless they're in a romantic relationship with someone. Whereas Sagittarius are free birds. They like to be free. So this is someone though who could come and go. Yeah, I feel he does have feelings for you, but although he has feelings for you, they're kind of, he's got a different. What I would say is that he's got a different love style to you. Do you see what I mean? He's someone who can come and go and keep a bit of distance, whereas you're more sort of let's be together. Do you see what I'm saying, Amy? So there are feelings there, but a different love style is what I'm picking up. So someone who he could possibly come and go in a person's life. So it's not at this moment doesn't so it's just about accepting that he wants relationships in a different way. Amy, you see? See how things go for a while. Depends on what you want to do, my love. All I would say is for us to be very, truly happy in a relationship, long term, we do need someone who shares our love or has a compatible love style. Do you see what I mean? Because otherwise, and that's why we got the justice. Did the justice card come out first of all? So now it's sepia, isn't it? Yeah. Sweet dreams, Sammy. Yeah, but I think, you see, Amy, that's okay, darling. As long as you realise he's not going to want things in the same way as you do. Regardless of his feelings, he will want to run things differently. Do you see what I mean? A different way of being in a relationship and more free, not so attached. That's the kind of thing that as long as you can come to terms with that, then things won't be so hard, but that's what you just got to think about, whether you can accept that difference between you both. So it's sepia now, isn't it? Sepia, what's going on with Michael and when will he contact me? Okay, sepia. So no more donations, and the justice did come up. Yeah. And that relates to you, of course, you see, being a Libra. And balance is very important to you. What's going on with Michael and when will he contact me? Yeah, we'll have to leave the donations now. Okay. 9 of Wands. Where have you gone? What's going on with Michael and when will he contact me? Well, we've got the 9 of Wands here, so this has been a bit of a journey, hasn't it? And you're feeling, how can I say, a bit worn down by what's been happening between you. I feel you're losing patience, and you're at that point where you're not sure, Sepia, whether this is something you want to stay with, you know. Because looking at these two cards here especially, are you thinking about a new beginning? Are you thinking about, who is it that's wanting to break free? Is it you or is it this person? Someone is thinking about breaking free. Because I feel it's you. I feel part of you is quite strained by it all, quite bogged down by it all, fed up with it all, I just feel it's been quite tough. Hi, Tae-Chang, side check. If you're there, my love, Sepia, you can come in the chat, because I just feel that. Are you there, my love? Have you gone, Sepia? Page of Wands, another card that indicates you kind of just want to be free of this situation. Thank you for joining me, side chick. I'm not on for too long this evening, I'm afraid. I'm normally on till sort of 10, but I'm going to leave early tonight, so I'm just waiting for... Oh, okay, Sepia. So, Sepia, it looks to me as if whatever's been going on with you and this person, I feel it's time for you to free yourself. I just feel that, it's a situation. It's not you, so it might be him. Someone is wanting to kind of free themselves from this, Sepia. It seems to have been I don't know, I feel the life has been quite a struggle. Has he had a lot going on, Sepia? Has this person had a lot going on? Because it looks to me as if he has, this Nine of Wands, and he's got the Fool card, and he's got the Ace of Swords, he's got the Page of Wands, he's got the World. He kind of wants to break free of something. But there is a very, there's a strong connection here between you both, and he's finding it hard to do that. He'd kind of like to distance himself, but he can't completely. Do you see what I mean? It is, Vicky. It is, my love, really windy. If you're there, Sepia, it's very hard to... If you can answer, then we can see where we are with this. But the relationship, or whatever it is you've got going on between you, seems to be in a rut. It's not moving forward. It's not really growing. Okay, right. So what he wants to break free from, if he's in another relationship, then it could well be that he wants to free himself from that, because something is really holding him back. Something is weighing him down. That's what we're getting with the Nine of Wands. It's weighing him down, and he's sort of at a point now where he has had enough. Now, it could very likely be this other relationship that he's in. The Lover's card can indicate a triangle of three people. So it makes perfect sense. But at the moment, something is holding him. He's unable to break free in the way he wants, but I feel he will. I feel he will eventually. So right now, this other relationship that he's in is the thing that, you know, is holding him back. That's what the struggle is. The struggle is there in his life. He's it's like he just wants to, he's ready for a new chapter, but right now he's unable to break free. Do you see what I mean? Of this kind of cycle or situation that he's in. So once again, it's about patience, really, because the Hangman came out and we're talking about patience, being patient, and also trying to see it from his perspective. I feel if you can see it from his perspective and realise what he's got going on, you'll see that this is not personal. It's just he's in a very difficult situation with that Nine of Wands. Which Sarah is? Oh yeah, no, it's just a regular blood test I have. Nothing to worry about, Michelle. Yeah, people should stay indoors, shouldn't they, in this weather? Unless you've really got to go out for some reason. Okay, well, I'm going to have to be good. I'm going to shuffle my other Moonology cards, and we'll do a card choice with those before I go. I do feel this person is going to break free of that situation at some point, you know, Sepia. Oh yes, positive always. Sorry about that. I forgot that you'd positive always wants to know, does Taurus think about anyone else? Does he love her, as he says? Oh, right, okay. It's interesting how we're getting a lot of relationship questions this evening, and we've got Venus in Aries. You know, Venus in Aries kind of propels us forward in love. We don't hold back. We go for it. We want it now. When Venus is in Aries, we've you know, the questions are making so much sense this evening. So I'm not going to do the card choice yet, everyone, because I've forgotten about Positive Always. Thank you for being here, Positive Always. I think it's your first time here, is it? I don't recognise your name. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your donation. I wonder if E is thinking about someone else or looking for other options. He says, I'm his whole world. His soulmate. Does he mean it, or is he? Oh, okay. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's a sort of need to know where we stand, where we are with this Venus in Taurus. Yeah, so no more donations after. I don't know. Did you say there's one more donation, Tiger Dragon? But we'd best not have any more after that. So. Right, okay, let's get Light Seers up for you. So positive always. I wonder if Taurus is thinking about someone else or looking for other options. Let's see what Spirit says about this for you. Positive always, dear angels and spirit guides. What messages do you have for positive always? I love your name. Little spin on words there. What star sign are you, positive always? Ten of Swords. Strength card. Knight of Pentacles. I'll take a couple more here. Nine of Swords. King of Wands. And the Four of Wands. Well, we've got the Twin Flame card here. Positive always. You'll be pleased to know. could be soulmate too, but often this is classed as the twin flame energy. And here we have the King of Wands. Now, I know you said he's a Taurus, but perhaps he's got a lot of fire in his chart. So he's coming up as someone who is quite sort of alpha male, I feel. And he's ready to start his life again. Is he thinking about someone else or looking for other options? So does he mean it or is he false? Well, I'm not getting anything here to suggest that this person is being false, but what I am getting here, positive always, is even though you have an incredibly thank you, Jocelyn, my love. Yeah, see you Wednesday. Positive always, even though you have a really incredibly positive name, I do feel at the moment you're worrying quite a bit. I do feel that things are sort of playing out in your head. You see what I mean here with the Nine of Swords? I feel you really need to stop overthinking. I feel you're imagining all sorts of scenarios about this, and I feel that in many ways this is quite a sort of what you see is what you get kind of person. So I'm not sensing someone who is deceitful, but he is someone who I feel is quite ready to sort of take a bit of a leap of faith with you. But Knight of Pentacles, he doesn't rush. He won't rush into this. This is someone who likes to take their time. I'm going to take one more card as well. Queen of Pentacles, you seem quite well suited. Knight of Pentacles, we're talking a Taurus energy. You didn't say what sign you are, but you seem to have a very earthy, grounded way about you. And in some ways, though, you're perhaps slightly more mature than this person, but you do need to be patient. You're Capricorn, which is wonderful. Isn't that amazing? This is you, typical Capricorn, the Queen of Pentacles. And between you make a very good couple. You have a lovely connection. The first card that came out, I think it was the Four of Wands. We're talking soulmate here, soulmate energy. Okay, so we've got two cards. We've got the King of Wands that has come out. Now, I feel this has come out basically because just to let you know that this person, I feel, the King of Wands is someone who tends to be, as I said, what you see is what you get with the King of Wands. So I feel that's why they're letting you know here. And then, it's confirmation that they're talking about your Taurus and of course yourself, Capricorn energy. But this person, just as Capricorn does, likes to take their time, one step at a time. But I do feel there is a soulmate energy between you, positive always. I don't disbelieve him. Okay, so I'm going to now finish there and draw 3 cards for everyone, and I'm going to have my dinner. Thanks, Barbara Halliday. So let's do 3 cards for you. Card 1, 2, or 3. Conclusions are within reach. Okay. Full moon, eclipse. So those of you drawn to card 1, conclusions are within reach. So if you've been waiting for something to happen, you've been working towards something, you're kind of very near to an outcome. Maybe a decision you've been waiting on. It's all happening. It's all very much within reach. And card 2 is full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. Okay, so take a deep breath, especially with this beautiful full moon energy this evening. Take a deep breath and let go of whatever no longer serves you, especially anything negative. Go out underneath the moon this evening. Let go of negative people, negative energy, negative thoughts that you might be having. Just take a deep breath and think about what's positive in your life. Draw the positive in. And then card 3, take time to breathe out. Okay. So let go, surrender, accept life. Just be is what the message is here. Just be, relax. Sometimes, our breathing, we need to focus on our breathing, don't we? Just to sort of remain calm and to focus. And that's what this card is urging you to do, to take the time for some breath work, for some meditation, and just to perhaps calm down a little bit. Temper. Okay, so right, well, I know it was a short one, but thanks for being here, everyone. And I'll be back Wednesday with my normal times, so we can have an early one this evening. And do take care in this awful weather, those of you in the UK. Much love to you all, and see you soon.